Welcome back to Colorful Voices of Sisterhood. Today you have myself, Raquel Painter, along with my sisters, Diana King Barnes and the beautiful Miss Agnes. Thank you guys for joining us. We are here every Wednesday, but today we've got a good topic. You know, it's the holidays now, so we'll be talking about fraud and scams. But before we do that, what about that shooting? Another shooting, guys.
Another shooting. Yep.
CEO got shot.
Right? We were just talking about these things last month.
Yeah. So this time it was a CEO of United Healthcare, very high up, obviously. There could be a million reasons why he was targeted, but they definitely said he was targeted. They got a person in custody.
26 years old.
26 years old.
Just a child.
A baby. So obviously the shooting happened in New York City, but they arrested him in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So obviously he left the city. You know, whether it was, I know they were thinking it was the bus station, took a bus heading out. But he made a letter. I guess he was found with letters talk about his motive for the shooting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So really we get because, you know, usually the shooters end up getting shot themselves. So you really don't get to hear or get that perspective. So I'm really looking forward to his perspective on that, or what would cause
what was
him
his
to
reason
do
of
that.
26 years old, and I think they found him at a McDonald's.
Yes. And you know, that goes to show how good social media is and the news for putting that picture out.
And you said that he has several different IDs.
And a passport.
And the passport. That was amazing when I saw he had different IDs and passport, but somebody recognized his face and was able to call in. But at 26 years old, that's, to me, that's my kid's age to imagine.
Yes.
What are they fighting for? What are they so angry about? Is it a cost of insurance? I mean, because it was the CEO of United Healthcare, right? So is there something going on that it was fighting for?
Yeah. It reminded me, Diana, of that movie that Denzel was in, John Q, which was about the insurance not being able to cover a heart transplant for the son. Which caused Denzel to go into the emergency room and was demanding help for his child. So I'm wondering if it's on the same
Spectrum,
lines like that. Yeah. Are they
Probably something like that. I mean, come on. The healthcare, they do make a lot of money, but they also denied a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
What is going on?
A lot of people get denied.
So this person who killed the CEO is probably way too much anger. Right there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, and what's crazy, Agnes, is he planned it out.
Yes.
They said it was very thoughtful and planned out. Obviously
But for the CEO to be worth the amount of money that he was worth, I was amazed there was no bodyguards.
Oh, yes.
And now does CEO need bodyguards?
Well, I know now they got like a whole compound around the headquarters building now. So I think they're putting measures in place now, and not just for United Healthcare. I think it's for all the healthcare now, and CEOs are getting a little bit better protected.
He was young too. He was only 50.
Oh, 50,
yeah. 50 years old.
But you know what I was shocked at was the amount of profit that United Healthcare made in 2023.
$562 billion.
Billion with a B, ladies and gentlemen, billion. And to me, that's a whole lot of profit for 1 year. 1 year. And we got a lot of people going without the medical care that they need, or even the medications that they need because they can't afford it. You know, I don't understand it. I don't understand why it's so expensive.
And I look at our hospitals, the emergency room people, they're overworked. I mean, the love for what they do is almost fading because they got to take care of people that either don't have insurance. A lot of them don't have insurance, but they're also dealing with people that's dealing with mental health.
Yes.
So this insurance stuff goes deep.
It does. It does. And I think everybody relies on the insurance where, you know, I wonder how it would look if there wasn't insurance and that money was put towards the healthcare so everybody could just go to the hospital and be seen and taken care of.
Is that Canada? That's Canada.
There's a lot of countries, European countries, got it down too.
But look at America. 50, how many billions is that? Every year, I'm sure. And it's going up and up and up, that amount.
And that was only 1 year.
I know. See?
Well, I get upset myself because I feel like I'm paying for insurance, but then I got to pay a copay, and then I get a bill afterwards. So what are you paying for?
Exactly.
You know?
And we're all underpaid, right? We need more money.
But then, you know, it brings up other questions too. You know, when a person can't afford, they don't have medical insurance because you can't afford it, you know. So they go to the emergency room, but then the emergency room becomes backed up because it's not an emergency.
Right.
They just are going there for regular health care. So it makes longer wait at the emergency room, which in turns makes someone who has an emergency have to sit there and wait. So, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff with healthcare that needs to be addressed and looked at, but it's huge. Healthcare is huge. I know even from you guys know I'm retired Marine Corps, but our DOD, Department of Defense budget, the majority of it is going to medical care, the VA side and the medical care, because it's costly. It is so costly.
But it's still so costly. You still can't holler for the dental or vision, right?
Yeah.
So that's just medical itself. And that's where the wow come in to me, is with the medical is so much. And I'm thinking, so are they feeding us to get sick?
I thought this,
you know, because I keep thinking, what is going on that there is so much sickness? Because this person that killed this CEO, there's got to be something, some reason of something that made that person snap to do this, because he targeted
that
particular person.
When my husband was telling me this, did you hear about the CEO? What do you think happened? Maybe he has a mistress. But anyway, let's get serious here. But I'm thinking, so I thought that's what we have, the Obamacare too, right?
But that cracks me up when you say that. A lot of people say, I don't want Obamacare. I'm getting affordable air. I'm like, you realize that's the same thing, right?
The same thing.
That's the same identical thing. And he was trying to make it affordable for people to have insurance. But if you take it away, what's going to happen to the people that don't have insurance? Even if we work, it takes so much money out of your paycheck, and the cost of stuff is really going up so bad. But to take somebody's life, to me, it's like, what is it? And I'm pretty sure this CEO wasn't the one that made that decision or was there something going on? Did this person work for this company?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see more from this. You know, just for me, my perspective, just to understand, you know, what would cause a 26-year-old to do something.
And this is like 6 a.m. in the morning, something like that, right? But how does he know that he will be
the schedule?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was planned. Sure. Yes. Well, and this is another thing, because, you know, the gun laws and everything else is a whole nother conversation we need to have someday. But they're saying his was made from a 3D printer.
3D printer.
3D printer. Amazing.
What's that?
Yeah.
That's what the gun was made from, a 3D printer. So he did some work on that. He strategically took time out to learn everything about it.
Yeah, definitely. There'll be more coming
He had to know this guy's schedule and everything, like you said, for 6 o'clock a.m. in the morning.
But definitely, I want to hear from you guys. Put it in the comments. You know, what are your thoughts, your concerns, and especially about Medicare medical expenses. You know, let us know. Does it work for you? You know, what works best for you? I'm fortunate. I'm on the military retired plan. So, and I'm located right outside of a base, so I could go on base and get seen at no cost. But a lot of people aren't that fortunate.
Right. And also here in our area, if you don't have insurance, you have the community care clinic.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't know about the community care clinic, but they are probably backlogged like everyone else. But they also do the free dental clinic that if people really need it, insurance. But it's sad to know that somebody lost their life to me when it comes to whatever the reason is. But there's got to be a solution out there somewhere.
Oh yeah,
And
there's
this
got to be.
person, and this person has also a family.
Yes.
And children.
And children.
Yes.
And it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
So
Oh
please.
yeah.
Yeah. But I do
Yeah.
want to ask that question,
Sad.
and I was reading an article. Does the CEOs need to have bodyguards for companies? Because it was saying that when they, Franklin said that when most CEOs travel overseas, their companies will obtain kidnap and ransom insurance and house security details. Do they need to earn a certain amount of money to have a bodyguard?
Good question. I think that would probably come from the company's policies. But you know, if after something like this happened, if I was a CEO or some type of leadership position that's got your name on the website, and because I'm sure that's how
And
they
then they
found
put
out
their money out there, how much they make too.
Yes.
I don't think that need to be
Oh
disclosed.
yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. But having information out there on CEOs of companies, I think that really highlights a person to be the target.
But you know, if I am the CEO myself, why do I need a bodyguard? Because see, okay, I didn't do anything wrong. I don't have enemies. I'm following the policies and all that. But
Yeah.
you know, I shouldn't fear.
That's true. But according to the CEO that got killed, not saying that this is what happened, he earned $10.2 million. It's, you know, so you got all that stuff posted. Sometimes I think there's too much stuff out there posted. But in 1992, Exxon company executive Sidney Resto was kidnapped from his New Jersey home.
Oh wow.
And was found dead in a storage locker as his kidnappers were demanding a ransom of more than $18 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 1992.
But you know what? With Exxon, that's probably $10 for me.
Yeah.
Exxon brings in a lot of money every
Lot
year
of money.
too.
Wow.
Wow. But I mean, that's just, once again, it's setting a person up to be targeted for that. Where I know after the shooting happened with the CEO of United Healthcare, the other agencies pulled down their pictures and their information down from their sites, which was a smart move, definitely to protect them. Because you don't know how far this goes, or if it was just an isolated incident with this one company.
Right, because there's a lot of copycats. So I
yeah.
often think about that too, even with a lot of stuff. Should your picture be up there? Because you don't know who's being targeted and for whatever reason. Because you can deny somebody something simple, but you don't know how it affected their whole family, themselves and their whole family. You don't know what people are fighting, going through.
That's right, or how long they've been fighting it.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that go through the medical process and then get denied and reapply or appeal and get denied again. And medical's not cheap.
No.
You know, so I mean, when you're talking about the health of a loved one, that definitely is a lot of emotion involved in that. A toll is involved on that. So it weighs heavy.
Very
Definitely
heavy.
a sad situation all the way around, but I'll be curious to see what his motive was to do something like this.
And what's the grievance policy for companies if there could have been an employee that was really upset, or could the family member had worked there and that person felt like the CEO did something to that person and they went back? Because you don't know what the conversation was had at home.
Oh yeah, you don't know.
There's a lot of speculations there.
Could be a whole lot, out there. That has affected, when it affects home, it affects a lot.
And why him?
Right.
Right?
Right.
About so many people in this world, why him? I mean,
Yeah, a lot of questions, and not enough answers.
Yeah.
So definitely, we'd love to hear your guys' comments on this subject.
Because that is tough, you know.
It is. And then, like Agnes mentioned, you know, it was during the giving season that a tragedy happened like this. But we definitely want to protect everybody during this time. So today we're going to be talking about fraud and scammers.
Yes.
during this time, and they really like to target elderly.
Yes.
Our elderly people get targeted a lot during this, throughout the year.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to look at, your elders in your family to make sure, they don't have any questions or concerns or be taken advantage of, especially when it comes to their hard-earned money, because as we know, especially those that are living on Social Security, for example, it's just not enough to survive on. So they definitely need every penny that they earned.
But the sad part is a lot of times scammers are, you got to be careful because fraud can happen right in a person's home. Their loved one that they think they're actually taking care of the person's finance, and they're taken from them. So when it comes to elderly care, I just believe that they need to know what's in their account, what's coming in and what's going out. And if you got questions, you can always go to your financial institution. There's a fraud department pretty much in every financial institution that can sit down and talk with you about what is going on out there.
Yes.
And the most important is please check your account every single day. Every single day.
I agree with that. To know what's going out there.
Yeah, I know there's notices that I would get in the mail that would say, like, some accounts have been compromised from this organization or not. So that's a good time to really go in there and put that fraud alert on your account, because I've been a victim of identity theft, and it is so hard to get out from that and to prove that wasn't you. I mean, it's like years. Yes, it's like years in the process, and then your credit score is down, but then you just get tired of having to explain that story over and over again, where I'm just like, oh, okay, that's my credit score. But it takes a lot of work to dig out of that hole when someone does use your identity. And you're right, it's always someone that knows you.
Yeah. You have to be real careful. But a lot of times when you talk about elderly care and stuff, our elderly are lonely. So a lot of times, even if the phone ring, they go into and they give out information. And I'm constantly saying, do not give out your information. That is so important, not to give out that personal information. Even if the IRS is not calling you for money, they will send you a letter.
Yes.
And if somebody give you a telephone number, don't dial that number back. Even if you're using your Visa card, there's a bank number on the back that you can call to check that. But Agnes, I'm like you. I look at my account, which I ain't got much money, but I look at it. I'm like, let me see what that is, because people don't realize $1. If a person is frauding you for $1, by the time you figure out, look how much money they could have taken from you.
Exactly.
Every penny counts. You need to know what's in your account and get to know personally your people that you do financial stuff with.
Yes.
Even just 50 cents, that's a lot of money.
Ma'am.
If they're taking that out every day or every other day, let's say 15 days.
Yeah.
That's $15.
And I know, because it's the giving season, charities.
Oh my goodness.
Charities.
Yes.
And this is the end of the year where charities are out there asking for people to make, make sure they make their goal for the year. Well, there's scammers that go out there and take advantage of that situation too. So you definitely want to do your homework when it comes to giving to charitable organizations. Make sure it's an established organization. Make sure they're in line with your values, because you are giving them money. So definitely do your research on that. What gets me is a lot of times, we get the knock at the door. And it's, whatever, the volunteer fire department, for example, is there collecting money. And I'm like, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's coming up. How do I know for sure it's you? So I'm all about giving online to do my research and make sure that person aligns with my values and that they are a well-established organization. But you definitely want to do that now, especially this time of year. A good one this time of year, Salvation Army's out there ringing that bell. So I know that one is going to go.
Legit.
Yeah, that's a legit thing. They've been doing it for years.
In front of Walmart and
wherever they go. Yes. Yeah. So just do your homework on that. Everything, everybody has one of these and it's right at your fingertips. Take that time to do the research to make sure that you're not giving your money to somebody who who is not real.
That's right.
Giving
your number, giving out that bank account, giving out that checking account, because when people take that right there, they can make checks all day long with that routing and that checking account number.
Or even if they got your account number, how fast money can leave that account.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Especially nowadays with technology and how fast, I could send money to you instantly now. Where before, back in the day, it wasn't like that. We have to give you a check and wait a few days for it to clear. It's not like that no more. There's people now that got little gadgets too that'll transfer information right from your cards.
Yes.
And keep it, and use that to get
over
money out of your account over and over again, just like they had your card to swipe.
Gas stations, when you go to gas pumps, you need to make sure those when you put your card in that those pumps, the little taker up there for your card is not something that's easily that can come off, because they can get your PIN number and stuff and go and do a whole lot of stuff. Again, you need to watch your account because it's really happening. And my heart goes to I keep saying to my elderly, because a lot of time elderly don't really know a lot what's going on their account. And when people go into banks or wherever, I say be patient with them, because one day you're going to get there. You're going to get there. You need to be patient with them so they can understand what's going on in the account.
Yeah.
Now, there's one thing that I like that there's a financial institution that I deal with, Marine Federal. We was traveling out of town, and I was using my debit card to fill up 3 different cars. They cut my card right off.
Oh.
First, I was upset, but I was like, well, you know what?
They're protecting you.
They're actually protecting me.
Yes.
So that can happen. So whenever you're going out of town and you're traveling, you can actually let your bank know that you're traveling so your card don't get stopped, don't get cut off.
Yeah, that's
You need to know that. Now, 2 years ago, my car got broken into, and a lot of stuff got stolen out of my car. I was just like you with identity theft, but my bank account, they was actually able to take my debit card and go to a place and just swipe it and buy gift cards. I was so upset with that you don't need a PIN number to do that. They can just swipe that card as like credit, and they was able to get it until it maxed out. And then you got to go and get a police report to say your car, your stuff was stolen, and you go through all that. Well, I still wasn't able to get all my money back because they kept saying it was a PIN number, but it was never a PIN number, even though the police department, sheriff department got involved in it.
You can actually use a credit card right now or your debit card by passing your PIN number.
Oh, yeah.
All you need to do is just press that for purchase only.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let them bypass it. And I think that's what's hard nowadays, because my debit card is also a credit, runs for credit.
Yeah.
Where I wish it was just a debit where it needs the PIN all the time. So I wonder if that's an option I have to put on her, that I have to have a PIN use for that.
Yeah, definitely something to look into.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who get scammed, they get anxiety and depressed as well. 43% experience anxiety or depression from being scammed.
Took something from you.
Oh, yeah. Especially like Raquel mentioned about the elderly, because they just have this much pension money that they receive every month. And oh my.
Yeah. And I know when I was going through trying to clear up everything from my identity theft that I had, and you're not gonna believe it, there were all like cell phone companies with cell phones. I didn't understand all that, but and it was crazy, but a lot of anxiety behind that, just because we were trying to purchase our home at the time. And that's when I found out. The only time I found out was because I was trying to get credit for something.
Right.
They ran the credit and said this.
Like that, I mean, but you can get a free credit report yearly.
Yes.
And a lot of times people don't know, but get the free credit report. Go into the financial institution, help them. They can help you read what on that credit report.
That's the number one top scams in America is credit card. 37%.
Wow.
It's credit card
scams. Yeah. The one that you're talking about, identity theft, is 34%, which is second.
The second highest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously, with it being that high, it's obviously easy to do. And the chances of getting caught was probably slim to none.
That's really high too.
Online shopping scams came the third one. I actually got scammed.
Online shopping
last year. I mean, it's only, I don't want to say it's only $49, but still money.
Still.
I never received it. Never received it.
So we got to be very careful online shopping.
Be very, very careful.
Make sure it's a trusted organization. But even then, people kind of copy website addresses to make it look like it's that company or whatever. But yeah, you definitely got to do some research every time you swipe that card. Most definitely.
There's another scam too that you got to be real careful, and that is insurance. Yeah, the insurance scam is a big thing, especially whenever the weather shifts and stuff. You need to know, first of all, just know your insurance company, but be very careful because people come out and they do a lot of insurance scams, and they're not really real companies that you're dealing with.
Yeah, especially after disasters. Yes. Oh my gosh,
that is on the rise. As soon as a disaster hit, just be on the lookout for it. I've never seen your phone ring so many times. After a storm comes.
Yeah.
So be very careful.
One big problem also is the social media romance.
Yes.
Don't fall in love. I mean, it depends upon the situation, I guess. But
oh my gosh. No, that's funny because my sister watches that 90 Day Fiance. And I'm like that. How? No. Really? How does somebody fall for that? But they do. But yeah, the 90 Day Fiance is a prime example of what happens to people when they get hooked on online romances and stuff.
When they start asking you money,
But see, a lot of our elderly, again, is lonely.
Yes.
Yes.
So what do they do?
They got that connection.
Funny, but, oh my God.
Yeah, they got that connection.
Some.
Yeah. Well, we got one right here in Jacksonville. He's been on there like 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
I won't say no names or where he works, but he was on there 3 times.
That's the truth.
And
like, what is you thinking? What's going on?
If you're dating somebody for a year and you have not seen them or met them, do you consider that dating?
Cut it out. Yes.
Yeah. And then they're asking for money every week? No.
And
but
what's amazing that the person's mindset is they'll send that money.
They will
send that money.
Yep. And it's not like $100. They're sending thousands of dollars.
You can see the attention that they're receiving from this scammer is so good. And they're lonely. Yeah. But you gotta be, smarter than them.
Yeah.
See, this is where, again, I come back to, I talked about it before, having a community. When you get older, or if you don't have anybody in your area, you need a community, somebody that you can trust that can look out for you.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're not out there just sending money off to somebody. Because you remember there was a scam going out, and it was like your child was in jail, prison, and you got to send X amount of money. Did you guys ever receive that?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I remember when I was in a financial institution, it was like that. If you don't send X amount of dollars, they in prison or whatever. I'm like, what? Now I just talked to mine. So I know that it wasn't them, but they'll have their voice and everything replayed like you need to send money. But go to the police department and get them involved.
Verify.
Yes, just go and get somebody involved. Do not just be sending money off to people like that. But it does happen.
One of my friends called me actually, and she said, Agnes, I think you got scammed because you're asking me money from your messenger. Huh? I didn't send you a message.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys have to change your password and all that.
Yeah. And I know in my position also, there was emails that came out from me, but it wasn't from me to my employees asking, for them. They had to go get gift cards so I could get them and give. I mean, like it would literally fit our situation.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my email.
They're so good.
They're good. They got plenty of time on their hand.
Yes. But yeah, there's so many tricks out there that, scammers are doing. You just got to be very cautious. And I like our sheriff's department here in our community because they actually let you know what scams are out there, what's going on. So I really love that so that everybody's aware of it because there's always something. I think every week there's a scam.
A different scam.
Let's see right now what this week's scam is.
Okay, and another thing I do when people go and apply for loans, and they get denied, I say do not get up and walk away until you know the reason why you're denied, because there could be some stuff on your credit that is not yours.
Good point.
It's not yours. You need to say, you know what, let me take a moment and see what's on my credit.
Let me see what's on there.
See what's going on, because it could not be yours. This is something that I was never a fan of, naming a child. Now, this is just me, with the same name.
Oh, yeah, no.
There's a lot of fraud goes behind that. A lot of fraud goes behind naming the child the same name that person got.
Because then they got to prove that it wasn't them.
Yes.
And it's harder if you got the same name. Yeah. Another big one during our time is a lot of people get their gifts delivered to their property. Well, we got the porch pirates, you know, like can come out and steal people's gifts. So definitely be cautious out there. I love now you get notices when your package is coming, so you know it's going to be there and make sure someone's there. But some people will see a package sitting on the porch and go up and think it's theirs, and without even knowing what's inside it. But just be careful of that too.
Especially this season. It's high this season because a lot of things are being delivered.
Yeah.
But and then we got, that's not your package, so why are you over there stealing?
Why are you over there taking it? Exactly.
You know, go to work. How you got so much time? I tell people all the time, you got that much time. People need volunteers. You can go and volunteer. We got plenty of work for you to do at all times. You can volunteer and do stuff. But there is so many scams out there. But I still say get in touch with your financial institution. Get a relationship with them where you'll know what's going on in the account. I don't care if you feel like you just got $50. That $50 is yours.
Oh, yeah.
So get to know your financial institution, who you deal with, so you'll know what's going on in the account, insurance and everything. It's out there.
Actually, we bank 2 to 3 different banks. And 2 of our banks they're really good, because if this is something in our account that it's not belong there, they call us.
That's great.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good banks out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Watching over us.
Which is good. Which is good.
Yeah. And I know, like the fact you mentioned how they stopped your card.
Yes.
I'd rather have that little inconvenience than not.
Right. Well, you know, everybody, if you got a major credit card, Visa is real good with helping you get your money back. Visa credit card, if you got a major one, if you travel. But I do like it that I can call my financial institution and say, hey, I'm getting ready to travel. They can put like an alert up there to know that I'm getting ready to travel, and so I don't have any problems with it on that. But I believe in looking at it. But what about those Social Security? Because it's getting ready to come, scams.
Oh, yeah.
Them Social Security scams. I ain't quite yet to get it, but you got to be careful with the IRS scams. So there's a lot of times when they send out notices that you owe money, or they'll call and say that you owe a certain amount of money. Don't, just be real careful on that.
Yeah, people sometimes get scared and they would entertain that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need
they're
to do
very
your
forceful.
research.
They're very
and they're
forceful.
convincing too.
They're
They
very
are.
convincing.
They're convincing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why sometimes if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't. You know, and definitely always go with your gut instinct too. If something doesn't feel right or sound right, you know, definitely hang up and call.
Yes.
Look up the number and call them and do some verifying. That's what I say. It's better to be safe than sorry. Take that little extra step and verify. That way it'll save you a lot of heartache down the road.
That's true. And if they're asking you to go get a gift card and you'll get so much money back, that is a scam. That is a number one scam, because people are doing that now, saying that they will send you X amount of money, or you'll be able to keep X amount of money, but you got to go buy gift cards in different locations. That's a scam. But a lot of people, like, again, they sound so convincing.
Yeah.
They'll go out there, try to do that, and you can hardly convince a person if they really believe that this is true. You wind up getting into with them to let them know that that's a scam.
Yeah.
So be real careful on that.
And then really a lot of people have to see it, you know. So if there's a scam alert that's out there, you know, show it and send it to them. So I know my sister, she works in a financial institution also, but she always sends us the scam updates on what's going on to make sure we're all aware. Because you never know, you might get that one text.
Yeah.
Or a call like,
Or a
you
call.
have just won a huge prize. But first, before we send it to you, send us 120, whatever is the amount that
we
they're
need your
asking.
bank account to deposit it in.
Yes.
Something crazy like that. Yeah.
And that's so true. And that happens a lot. Certain a peak time of the season when them scams come. Raquel, you also talked about the charity scams.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's the time of year right now because they're all trying to make goal. They're fundraising. So it really gears up, Giving Tuesdays, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way up until January 1st. But doing the research, say, just take that extra step.
Yeah, know what's out there. One other thing that I saw up there when they was talking about tech support scams, that your computer system is at risk.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, you get that so much.
Oh my gosh. Well, now they hold companies hostage. Like they shut down their systems and take control of it, and they got to pay a ransom to get everything back up and running.
Wow.
That's
just
something else.
Anything in terms of money, they'll do anything.
But can you imagine if you're, a city government, for example, and you need to be up and running to get things going? I mean, do you pay the ransom, or do you bring a specialist to come in and figure out how to get that off? Or?
I'll get me a specialist. And the reason being is, so if I pay the ransom, you still got access to stuff. How much do I really know that you have access to?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful letting any and everybody get on your system.
Yes.
So, but do you know how many Americans doesn't report when they get scammed?
Oh my gosh.
57%.
57%.
It's probably because they're embarrassed.
Or maybe. Also, I just got scammed for $20. I'm not going to report it. But you know that $20 and then you get scammed 30, 40. That is billions.
That's
right
up
there.
For a person.
Not just you and me.
So it ain't just money though, because a lot of times people get scammed for the dating. Now they are embarrassed on that because they're lonely and they're getting scammed for dating. So that happens. It happens.
I would be embarrassed too. Yeah.
I would too.
Especially if you're sending them $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Scammers out there, please stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
But and then when you talk about the people who don't report that they've been scammed, the ones who are willing to share their story, that helps others from getting scammed. Because, it kind of sets the stage where if they hear you telling your story, they're like, when they get that phone call or something similar, they would remember your story and be smarter and not get scammed on that.
But there's people also who doesn't listen to you, and you just want to tell them their face. I told you so. You know what I mean? But please, be smart.
No, the only way to get smarter is to share a person's story and learn from them.
And research.
And verify. Verify.
Nothing is wrong with verifying.
Especially if we got that right at our fingertips. We could easily Google something, search it, just like we have to on stories nowadays. I mean, even the news now, we got to double check and verify. But I think that's just the life and reality that we live in now. We just got to verify everything.
Everything has to be verified. Yeah. But there's so many types of fraud out there. We talked a little bit about the insurance one, but that disaster one also is a big one.
I know after Hurricane Florence, when we got hit by Hurricane Florence, a lot of our elders were taken advantage of, where they would pay contractors even. Contractors would take their insurance money and run. Didn't complete any of the work. None of it. Or some of them might have started it until they got that final payment from the insurance company and then left. So we had a lot of elders that were taken advantage of during that situation. It was really sad.
I wish there was a community of some kind of sort where our elderly would actually have somebody that they can go to, that they can really trust to help them. Because even with their house, when the repairs come in, people can scam them all day long with just getting simple repairs. They're overcharging them.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a
I was just gonna
scam.
say, that's another scam.
Yes, when they're overcharging them for basic stuff that need to be done, but they need to get it done, but they don't know who to call on.
Yeah, we really need to do a better job at looking out for the elders or the seniors in our communities, most definitely.
Yeah. And I know here in Onslow County, the senior services place has a list of stuff that they can help people. But what happens if the people don't go there? They don't know anything about it. The banks put on seminars, but folks don't go. And a lot of times people are not going to go at night.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not quit driving myself at night because I can't see good. But,
Well, and then they got to take into consideration an elderly person's schedule. Most of them are eating earlier now and going to bed earlier and getting up earlier.
Yeah.
So I think they really got to establish stuff that's geared for the seniors to have those in the morning times for them. And then, like you mentioned, Diana, as you get older, it's harder and harder to see at night.
Yeah.
My eye vision has definitely gotten worse over the years.
Yes. So we got to be careful on those. And then you have the telemarketers.
Oh, that's another one too, right there.
Well, I'm glad now it
y'all
shows
don't
up.
want to deal with the telemarketers calling every minute.
But what's funny is when it comes up on my phone, it says scammer.
Yeah.
At least your phone will tell you scammer. Do not answer.
And I was like, I thought they ain't supposed to call out
anything that's not in your phone list, do not answer.
Do not answer.
If it's important, they'll leave you a message.
They'll leave a message, exactly. Yep. I do not answer, and people who know me know that it takes me a while to return a text and a phone call. But I don't, if there's a number that comes up that I don't know, I wait for the voicemail to come through before I even reply.
Or if I know I'm expecting your call, I tell them, text me before you call so I know it's you. And I'll answer. But the telemarketer calls, because you almost have to get into an argument to get them off the phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, one time, oh my gosh, this was probably 3 years ago. I was sitting with Johnny and he called me on the phone. They used his number.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I think it just happened. So when it rang, I already had his number in my phone. So it came up his name and I was like, why are you calling? So then we started messing with the person. Yeah. But I mean, to me, they just randomly could select a number and call you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Literally,
and
he was
local
sitting
numbers.
across.
They're all local. A lot of local numbers that they're calling.
I think our numbers are being sold. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they are.
That's all. Yeah.
So that's true. They randomly just call anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's amazing. But that's amazing that I would be like you and Johnny. I would have been like, let's play with this.
I know we was too. I answered it and we're talking. Oh my gosh, the stuff we were saying and doing. Shame on us. No, I'm just kidding. They had it coming.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but I was really surprised that. I mean, obviously we knew it was a scammer, but I was shocked that they had his number to call someone on.
What about this resort? Like, we want you to come in for 90-minute presentation, free 3 nights and 2 days.
Well, I think those
very
ones
forceful
are
too.
Yeah, those are just salespeople on that one.
Yeah, but they're making money too.
They're making money. Yeah,
100,000. They're like
commission
200,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell everybody my sister could sell an ice cube to an Eskimo. She is very good at sales.
That's awesome.
And getting what a person wants on that.
Well, she sells the benefits of what needs to be done. That's what I tell people.
For them.
I can tell you the benefit of it, just to tell you how it can benefit you.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to know. How can it benefit me? Am I going to get anything else out of it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But scammers, they are benefiting themselves. Yeah. It's just take that extra step, verify.
There used to be a ring of people that would come down here, scammers starting to open up banking accounts, doing different things. But I like how the fraud departments and stuff in different financial institutions works with the police department, and they can shut down a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and you know what's surprising is how big a fraud department is now in any organization. on how clever people have become to defraud people, that there's huge personnels in fraud departments for companies now.
Well, I believe everything has to be verified. I mean, even no matter what field we in, we have to verify that this stuff is real, that's happening, because the person that you think you can trust the most may not be the one. Because if they got a certain need, who knows what they might do?
Oh yeah,
they can fraud the company. It happens in church secretaries and stuff. I'm like, yep. Only one person doing this. Nobody's looking. Look how many. A couple years ago, there was a big embezzlement thing here in this area.
Oh wow!
From church.
Wow.
It happens.
Yeah.
Nobody's verifying. You got to verify when you're dealing with somebody else's money.
Oh, exactly.
I might need to verify my little bit of money too. But you definitely got to look into it. And then you need to document as much stuff as possible.
Oh my
document.
Yeah, I know when I did my identity theft case, my file was this thick, that thick, and I still have it. I still have it to this day because stuff still comes up. Like 10 years later, something will come up from someone saying, "Hey, you had this open." Yeah, I'm telling you, when I say anxiety because of it, I got anxiety because I never know. I never know what's going to come up, what's going to all of a sudden show up on my credit report. But yeah.
And think about the people that maybe was going for a good job. That could have just ruined
them. And they wouldn't have known.
No.
Along with that, also, it takes time to change your account. You need to reopen again. And
a lot of stuff.
So please, be nice.
Yeah,
please.
Be nice.
Scammers, please have a heart.
Oh, let's do a heart. Oh.
Doesn't have to do a heart.
But
Don't
you're right.
Be heartless.
or make your money the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. Get out and work.
Get out and work.
They still have one of the signs everywhere. Get out and work.
Get out and work. Oh my gosh. But it's so easy for them to sit home and just do that. It's too easy.
Oh yeah.
But they can take that talent and do something legal with it. Do something legal with it.
What was that movie with gosh, you guys know I watch a lot of movies if I'm always referring to movie. Catch Me If You Can. Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, where the FBI actually hired him because he was so good at the frauding of the checks.
Someone.
Yeah.
So that would be perfect.
Yeah, use your talents elsewhere. Help the FBI.
Because we got a lot of unsolved crimes.
Oh my gosh.
We can do a lot of unsolved. But finally make sure you document and then report the incident. Look at your account, look at your bank statement, be careful, and just verify a lot.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it can be prevented if the person just takes that one pause. Even though the person selling on the other side or pushing or whatever, sometimes you might just have to hang up on them if they can't stop talking. Just hang up. But I think I'd rather do that and be safe and then give them what they need and then my account be wiped out. I work too hard for that money to just have someone come in and take it.
That is so true. Work too hard for it.
Yeah. Then I'm thinking of the 90 Day Fiance. I still got to go back to that
another movie
because I just can't understand that. I mean, yeah. If you're out there listening and you know somebody who's affected by this, please put it in the comments because I just can't understand somebody meeting somebody, not meeting them really, but sending them thousands and thousands of dollars. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
When you're lonely,
that's a scam right there.
Get involved with a community. Find stuff to do. Get involved with organizations. Volunteer. That takes some time off your hand. And you never know who you'll meet.
You never know. Yeah.
Could meet your shining armor there.
Exactly.
Instead of paying $1,000 for him.
Just get out from your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Go out there.
Yeah. And a lot that even, I tell my my teenagers that even though they get a friend request like online through social media channels, you don't know that person.
Right.
That's not a friend. It's somebody you have not met. So please do not accept that. So That's why I just am so surprised that people. I just can't get over it.
Now you got me wanting to go and look at the show.
I just got to meet. Oh, yeah. Well, when we're done, I'll tell you who was on it from our area. If you guys know, drop it in the comments.
I think I know.
He was on there like 3 times.
I think I know what you're talking about.
He must have a lot of money to give.
He?
Oh, it's a him?
he.
It's a him. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Chanel fun.
Yes.
That's your hint.
Yes.
But it's fun. It's got. I think that person just doing it just to be having fun. You know.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Oh my goodness.
Let me see. I'll make sure we covered everything.
Yeah.
It's she who brings me happiness. So, right.
Yeah.
Why not? All your money away.
And then you get that person, you be like, oh, that's not who I ordered. I mean, it's a different person. That's a scam. That is a scam. Y'all just be on the lookout for scams, frauds. Again, go to your financial institution, look at your bank account, look at your statements, look at what's going on.
And look after your elders.
Yes, please get them involved with the community. But here at Colorful Voices, we still are looking for sponsorship. We would love for you to sponsor us. We enjoy coming on this show, just engaging with one another, enjoying ourselves. And look, all you got to do is got any questions or comments, just go on and just put it in the comment section and we'll reach back out to you. Again, thank you for Colorful Voices. We will see you the next time. Sponsorships are really still needed. And we'll see you then on our next show.
And if there's a comment, and if there's a or a topic you want to hear about, drop it in the line. Yes. We'll be glad to talk about it.
Especially a hot topic.
I love it.
We love a hot topic. Which we think we are hot topic ourselves sometimes, but you know.
Hot. I love your earrings though, Raquel.
Yeah. Oh,
yes. Right there.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next show. Bye-bye.